Before you listen to this poem, understand something first. This is not a love story. This is what happens when a man loves one woman so deeply he begins destroying himself just to keep her memory alive. They told me obsession is dangerous, but nobody wants me, and nobody warned me that your voice would become my religion, or that your absence would feel like slowly drowning while still pretending to breathe. And if love and loving you is my weakness, then let me fall, let me break, let me ruin myself completely for the only person my soul has ever truly recognized. I loved you the way storms love the sea, wild enough to drown themselves inside it. You came into my life like forbidden fire, and I touched you anyway. Now my hands carry your name like scars no prayer can heal. They say love should feel peaceful, but loving you feels like standing barefoot inside a burning cathedral, still refusing to leave. If loving you is my weakness, then let me fall without mercy. Let my ribs crack open from carrying your memory. Let my soul crawl back to you every single time you destroy it, because even pain becomes painful and beautiful when it belongs to you. I have loved you in silence, in chaos, in sleepless nights, but your voice echoed louder than God. You became my addiction so slowly I never noticed that chains forming. First it was your smile, then your eyes, then the way your sadness made me want to save the entire world. And now even your absence owns me. I search for you inside crowded streets, inside songs, inside strangers who almost resemble you. Nobody ever does, because nobody carries the same ruin behind their beauty. You are soft disaster. You are heroin with blood on its hand, and I keep kneeling anyway. I would rather bleed beside you than heal beside someone else. Do you understand that kind of loyalty? The kind that survive humiliation, distance, silence, pride. The kind that stays even after being unloved. I stayed even when your coldness turned my chest into winter. Even when your words cut deeper than abandonment. Even when I knew you could destroy me completely. I stayed because loving you feel more real than breathing. You become the only habit my soul refused to quiet. And maybe that makes me weak. Maybe loving someone this deeply is a form of madness. But if madness means I get to worship your existence, then let the world call me insane. I will wear your name like a curse around my neck. I will carry your ghost through every lifetime. Even if you leave me, my heart will still leave the door unlocked. That is how dangerous my love is. I forgive you before you apologize. I miss you while you are still here. I choose you even when you become difficult to love. Especially then, because love was never meant for easy people. Love belongs to the broken, the complicated, the ones who tremble while pretending to be strong. And you tremble beautifully. I have seen sadness living inside your eyes like abandoned cities. I have wanted to rebuild every ruin. I wanted to kiss every wound until your nightmares forgot your name. But you kept running from love as if it was fire. Maybe because nobody ever loved you gently. Maybe because pain became familiar. Maybe because people before me taught you that hearts are temporary. But mine was not temporary. Mine built a home inside you. Even now, after all the silence, after all the distance, after every sleepless night spent arguing with my own heart, I still belongs to you. How tragic, how beautiful. You could place poison in your hands, and I would still kiss your fingers. Not because I am blind, no. I see every flaw you hide, every sharp edge, every storm. And I love you with full awareness. That is the terrifying part. I know your darkness and still choose your soul. I know your chaos and still call it home. People think obsession is loud, but mine is quiet. Mine sits awake at 4 a.m., reading old conversation like sacred scripture. Mine memorizes your mode better than poetry. Mine notices when your smile is only surviving. Mine hears pain in your silence before your mouth confess it. That is what loving you has done to me. It turned me into someone who feels your heartbreak inside his own veins. And honestly, I do not want to recover. I do not want a safe love. I do want, and I don't want, calm mornings with someone who cannot shake my soul. I want you, only you, your difficult heart, your unpredictable storms, your beautiful damage, because every second without you feels like surviving instead of living. I know I deserve peace, but peace never looked at me the way you did. Peace never made my heart beat forget how to behave. Peace never turned ordinary nights into eternal memories. So I keep peaceful love stories. I will take the dangerous one, the obsessive one, the painful one, the forever kind. The kind where two people destroy each other slowly but still refuse to leave. Because some loves are not meant to save us. Some loves arrive to consume us completely, and I let you consume me willingly. Take every piece of me. Take my sleep. Take my pride. Take the parts of my heart I promised never to give away again. I'm tired of pretending. I do not belong to you. I belong to you. In the terrifying way oceans belong to the moon. Even from far away, you still control my tides. Every version of me still stands toward your gravity. And if one day you finally decide to leave forever, have a lot beg. I will simply break quietly. I will smile when my soul collapses, because love like mine does not know how to hate. Even abundant, it remains royal. That is my tragedy. I could never unlove you, not even if you gave me reasons. Not even if you forgot me. Not even if another person tried to rebuild what you ruined. Nobody could replace you. You carved yourself too deeply into my existence. I see you everywhere now. In cigarette smoke, in rainy windows, in songs that sound unfinished. Even the moon remained and remains me of you. Peaceful, beautiful, far from impossible to hold. Do you know what hurts the most? It is not your distance. It is knowing I would still choose you again. 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 And again, even after all this pain. Because my heart is stupidly loyal. It keeps defending you inside wars you never even noticed. Sometimes I wonder if you understand the power you have over me. One text from you can reassure dead parts of my soul. One could reply, and it could really ruin my entire night. And still I want you. I wait for you, like a fool, like a believer, like someone praying to a God who stopped answering long ago. But maybe love itself is fate. Maybe love, or real love, means continuing to choose someone even when uncertainty is eating you alive. If that is true, then I have worshipped you faithfully. I have defended your name when people told me to move on. I have carried your memory to loneliness, shopped told to kill. I have loved you to a version of myself that barely survived, and no matter how exhausted I become, my heart still crawls back to you. And towards you always. You're the only war I never wanted doing, because losing myself inside you felt strongly holy, like destiny, like punishment, like poetry written in blood. Sometimes I imagine what life would look like if you loved me the same way. Would the stars spawn brighter? Would my chest finally stop aching? Would I finally sleep peacefully without you playing your name in your voice inside my skull every night? Or would we simply ruin each other together until love become ashes? Maybe that is our fate. Maybe some rules are born to collide violently, not to survive, not to heal, just to feel everything too deeply. In God, we felt everything, every glance, every touch, every silence, heavy with unsaid confession. You made ordinary moments eternal. Even your laughter still echoes inside me, like a song refusing to end. I hate that I miss you this much. I hate that your absence can still weaken me. But if loving you is my weakness, then I no longer want strength. Strength never hold me the way you did. Strength never kissed me like I was something worth keeping. You did, for a while, become the most alive I have ever felt. So let me fall. Let me crash into the love without fear. Let me drown into your memory until my lungs forget air. Let me love you fretlessly, completely, without saving anything for myself. Because people like me do not love halfway. They either worship or we disappear. And I worshipped you with every broken piece of my soul. Maybe one day you will realize nobody will ever loved you with this kind of dangerous loyalty again. Nobody will stay this long inside your chaos. Nobody will memorize your sadness just to make it lighter. Nobody will bleed this beautifully for your happiness, but by then, I will already be a ghost, haunting the memories you ignored, still loving you, still choosing you, still falling, because my heart never learned how to survive without your name inside it. And if loving you destroys me completely, then to let destruction become my destiny, because I would rather die loving you endlessly than living the life forever without you. Maybe one day, when the world become too cold, too loud, too empty, you will remember there was once a man who loved you beyond reason, a man who stayed loyal, even while breaking apart in silence, a man who carried your name like heartbeat. He could never escape. Maybe then you will understand. Some people do not love for a moment. Some people love forever. And if loving you was my weakness, then falling for you was the most beautiful destruction of my entire life. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. My voice, my soul, my love. The desert voice.